Look at my head.
You're taking drink with goodness.
I like your hat, mate.
Yeah, go.
Is he putting his stuff with you? Yeah. Do you mind having my jacket? Sorry for letting me on the panel. Come on the panel. Come on the panel. Come on the panel.
Ego?
Cheers. What was your name?
Fiona.
Fiona. It's Sunday, it's too early for a chat. How's it going?
It was funny, because yesterday, he just asked me before he went, why don't you come on the panel? Because the problem with the late night panel last night was there was only 2 mics between 3 people, and now there's only 1 mic between 2, so we've not solved the problem. Oh no, we haven't got a mic!
We can get really close together, we'll do it like this. This is how we're going to do the panel. Oh, hey! Fiona. People over there think we're just really huge fans of Shrek's love interest. I am actually, but I don't want to do it.
I've placed my bottle on a chair.
Oh my god!
It's its own chair.
That's why you come to these panels to watch XtheDarkOne place bottles on chairs.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I don't know how he does it.
That's
every year without fail.
That's the best I can do when I'm not allowed to swear.
It's either swearing or putting bottles on chairs.
18 plus, you know, I'll go nuts.
I just realised we have a Fiona in the crowd as well, technically. Fiona. You guys aren't even into it anymore.
No, it's totally no commitment. We're in a football stadium.
Nobody wants to
I
chant.
guess we want to chant. How rubbish is that?
What do you guys usually chant at football stadiums if you go?
If you go, it's like you went, when do you guys go chant at a football stadium when you go? And everyone's like,
Why am I here? Why am I here?
why am I here?
Don't chant that at this panel, please. That will be awkward.
Yeah, we don't
Chant it if you go to Team 4 Stars panel later.
Yes!
And they're like, oh, what's Team 4 Stars? Why are we here? Why are we here? One time, can I tell a story real quick? I went to a convention and Vic Mignogna was there. Don't laugh yet, that's not the joke.
Vic Mignogna is the joke.
Vic Mignogna is the joke. But, I hate to say it. But I went and there was this running joke the whole weekend. Do you know is anyone familiar with Final Fantasy X? Yeah. There's a certain meme from that game called, depending on how you say his name, the Tidus laugh. You know what I'm talking about. Everybody, 3, 2, 1. But that's what we were doing all weekend on panels. And I begged the people in my panel audience, I said, there's going to be an all-guest Q&A at the end of this weekend. Vic Mignogna's going to be on it, I know for a fact. If he ever says something that is a joke, if he tries to tell a joke, please do the Tidus laugh. And we were on the all-guest Q&A, and he sits down, and it's in like a room, it looks like sort of like a university like lecture theatre. So everyone's sort of on, like, gradually going up and up on their little desks, and they're watching the panel. And he sits down and he says, hey kids, welcome to Biology 101. Everybody open your textbooks. And everybody looks at each other as like, ah, ha, 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 ha. And Vic's like, he genuinely thought like he inspired this sarcastic laugh that everybody knew. It was beautiful, and I thanked everybody. But yeah, welcome to, what is this panel? LittleKuriboh, no.
Okay.
LittleKuriboh, unabridged, Q&A, with the guest star in the bottle on the chair, Fiona, many Fionas, half-naked Napper, Napper, why are we here? But yeah, I'm LittleKuriboh. I'm known. Why am I known? I'm known for doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, which is a show. If you've ever seen Yu-Gi-Oh!, you know how kind of it's ludicrous, but it's also, like, in my opinion, amazing. I love the story, I love the characters. But there's this thing called trading cards that kind of gets in the way of the story and the characters every so often. Children's card games, that's exactly what it's called. Not yet, that's in 5Ds. We'll get to that. But Yu-Gi-Oh! It's kind of daft. I hate to say it. It gets a bit long-winded, so I thought, yeah, he's got the Dark Magician with big boobies right there. That's the biggest cheer of the day. But
That's the half the people are hungover from last night, just like, yeah.
I'm known for doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, which is a shortened down, funnier version. I like to think it's funnier than the actual show version of Yu-Gi-Oh! I also do Naruto the Abridged Comedy Fandom Spoof Series Show, which is a parody of a parody. Did somebody boo? Boo!
I love the Abridged!
Naruto Abridged, the original version, was created by a man called LittleKuriboh X and his friend Vegeta3986 over there. Oh, he's rolling his eyes. But I do that, and I also, if you've ever seen a series called Tome, the Terrain of Magical Expertise, which is a Flash animated series, there's a few fans in here. Hey, cameraman likes it. Hey, Light Up Dragon of being appreciated by the cameraman. I play Nylok, which is the character I just quoted. It was a hardcore role player, and he's a fun character to play. He's very positive and loud and boisterous. I'm going to only list a couple more things that I'm in. Who watches CBeebies? Hey, Elle watches CBeebies. That explains so much. If you've seen Kate and Min Min, or if you've had to endure Kate and Min Min, I am the voice of the purple CGI bunny Min Min in the British version of that show. It probably is going over everybody's heads right now, but I'm very proud of that character.
And I'll tell you what, if you want a reason to watch it, he basically uses Tristan's voice to do the character.
I'm serious, I auditioned.
If that's not a reason to watch it, I don't know what is.
I auditioned for the role, basically being like, hello mate, what's going on? My voice gives me super strength, right?
You know what I like? Because I remember, didn't that show get critiqued because
What?
You told me, it's like, that show got critiqued
I was
because...
like, that show got critiqued?
Yeah, because of the reason was because Martin's character like, yeah, I think the guy who played Min Min, the British accent just sounded so phony. And I was like, although it was a Canadian dub, and the Canadians have all their actors speaking a British accent, but Martin was the only British person doing a British accent with his normal accent, and the person was like, yeah, that Min Min, it's such a phony, fake British accent. Oh, how the Americans see it. I was like, what? Ridiculous.
Little mini announcement I have to make. Fumiko, one of the guests, is going to be doing a signing in 5 minutes down in the halfway down there at the tables. So if you're interested in getting a signature from Fumiko, just meet them. They're going to be down there, like a legitimate voice actor. One more thing I want to say that I did because I'm super proud of it and I want to milk it till it's dry. If you've ever seen the movie The Force Awakens, if you own it on Blu-ray or on iTunes...
Not DVD.
Not DVD. Well, apparently
we established you don't like DVDs.
Some folks say it's on the DVD here. It's not on my DVD.
Real DVD sucks.
It is. But if you get one of the versions of the movie on home video, VHS, I don't know. If you get the VHS version, I'll come to your house and I'll sit and watch it with you. But if you've got the Blu-ray version, I know that for sure, if you go to audio track 2, you can hear me describe the entire film. Like, I'm not joking, I'm like on the Blu-ray, it's kind of ridiculous. I don't know why they had me to do that.
CD gets to say you worked on a Star Wars film.
I got to see the film.
And he's like, nah, it's not a big deal, you know, it was only, you know, visually impaired. I was like, your CV, your portfolio says Star Wars, Force Awakens. So no actor here can say that.
Well, my friends came up to me like a month after the film had come out and said, you are the voice of the yellow text at the beginning of the movie. That's a big deal. Also, Falero and Jax, you guys are here.
Hello!
I'm like, I felt really gutted that I didn't get to say goodbye to you, so I'm really glad that I get to see you guys right now.
Hey.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of emotional because I felt I was like really, really down because I didn't get to say goodbye, but it's good to see you guys. Falero. But yeah, why don't you introduce yourself since I took 50 minutes to do mine?
It's a good thing we did start early, isn't it?
A little bit.
That 18 minutes was just your introduction to rub your ego.
Yeah. Why?
I'm XtheDarkOne. I do Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, the abridged series.
Put balls on chairs.
I put balls on chairs, yeah. Put some balls on chairs there.
You do that too?
I do that too.
Whenever you sit down.
Oh, one of those on the chairs.
Bless you.
I also do Rosario plus Vampire, Abridged with Masco X. I've also been in like a ton of other abridged stuff. I'm probably the voice that you like, oh, and you didn't realise it was me.
It's that British guy. What's he doing in this?
I've been in Naruto the Abridged Party.
Yeah, you were in Scratch.
I was Scratch, yeah. I was in Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. I was Dory, the space cop.
You were Finding Dory.
I was, yeah. Finding Dory.
I hope my parents are lost.
Yeah, I was Dory in the Return of Cooler, Revenge of Cooler.
I'm not the person to ask about that.
Cooler's Revenge.
Cooler's Revenge. I was Dory in that. I've also done voices in Kemper Bridge. I played Leon in Valero's Danganronpa Bridge.
You also, my favourite thing you've ever done is you did audio description for a book. I did an audiobook.
I did an audiobook for a book called The Sword Summoner. And
The Sword Summoner. Has anyone here read The Sword Summoner?
Probably no one.
Has anyone here written The Sword Summoner? Because I know you've met the guy who wrote it.
I met the guy who came to LittleKuriboh, he gave me a copy of the book, yeah.
The main reason I asked that is because I'm going to make a joke about it, and I wouldn't do that if he were here.
Yeah.
I
was like, here's the book I'm going to be reading.
and I read it. I read like a brief part of it, and every page that I turned to, I had like 2 paragraphs of descriptions of weapons on like a whole paragraph about what women look like in the scene. And I'm like, I could go to any page, and I would like skip and say, if I could find like a thing that describes weapons or women, you owe me money, X. And every time I did it, it was describing weapons or women.
It was, yeah. I was like, yeah, right.
Some would say women are the ultimate weapon.
Boom! He wielded a giant axe. Oh, for God's sake. Try it again. It's like,
Boom! She wielded giant breasts.
It was. Well, you know.
I hope that you said, boom, she wielded giant breasts in the description.
I should have done that. Boom! But no, anyway, it's on Audible, and if you sign up, it's a free.
You can get a free audiobook done by XtheDarkOne here. Or you could buy The Force Awakens on VHS and I'll come to you.
Come on, man!
For about on par, I'd say.
Well, yeah, I can say, again, most of my stuff has just been like minor roles in other bigger stuff you've more than likely heard of.
You know what, you got a minor role in the Bridge series, but you got a major role in my life. I'm not kissing him again.
No, we did that for charity.
We did that for charity at Alcon one time. So if there was a charity drive happening, we'd be there and we'd be making out the whole time. We could auction it, people say. I don't know.
So,
anyway, yeah, we're here to do Q&A, but we're also here just to chill out because it's Sunday. And
Sunday.
So you're either here because you think this is a church service, in which case you're sorely mistaken. Bless the crowd. Actually, I forgot to mention. Why are we here? I forgot to mention. Can I walk through one more?
You do one more.
Yeah, do one more. In Tales of Zestiria, I played the Pope.
You're also in the KO movie.
I'm in the KO movie.
Shall we just get your IMDb up?
Yes, let's do that.
We'll just list everything up. My thing is,
the thing about if it was the IMDb, it would say a bunch of stuff that I'm not in, such as Untitled Tommy Wiseau Project. I'm not joking, that was the thing.
Oh, we also did the first episode of Abridgers.
We did do that. We are responsible with Master
we're half the team, Master X as well, and Shady Mark, and then Taka and Lanny took it all, did their thing with it.
They did do their thing with it. So if
you
you liked Abridgers, we're sorry.
Because I ain't happening again.
But yeah, we're here to do Q&A. If anybody has any questions about literally anything, we will literally talk about it.
What I'll do is...
Oh, I forgot to mention, I do the Mark Remark.
I'm going to kick you in the face.
I do a wrestling recap show called the Mark Remark, which is a satirical look at the events of the wrestling.
Adam Rose!
I also do a glass of milk, etc. I also do...
Didn't someone go to like a wrestling thing with a glass of milk banner?
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Eric Kimmerer, who is a voice actor, he went and he took a glass of milk sign. That was a bit of a thrill for me. It got on camera while the new day were out there. But yeah, I do that, and I do a series on my experiences with depression called We're Still Here, which is... Oh, thank you.
He is now going to change it to Why Are We Here? So, Why Are We Here?
The April Fool's version. Which is about my experiences with depression, which is something I'm going through. It doesn't affect me constantly. Sometimes I'm in a good mood, but when I'm in a down mood, I like to record my feelings on video and share them with the world, because I feel, having done group therapy, talking about the stuff that I'm going through with other people who are going through similar things was an enormous help, because if you hear these sometimes completely illogical thoughts that are going through your brain coming out of somebody else's mouth, it makes you realize you're not crazy, you're not completely alone in this. It's a fight that you're all on the same side, and everybody's rooting for you to win. And it's my attempt at making people aware of the fact that depression, it isn't just feeling a bit down. It's a sickness, and it's something that we can defeat together. So that's why I do it. But yeah, now we've got that out of the way. I don't think I have any more credits that I want to talk about. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, like why are we here, you can ask them if you put your hand up. And feel free, we'll come round. I'm going to go in here. Hello, sir, what is your question?
Are you going to actually do a dance or something?
Oh, we're actually going to do a dance. Come on, X, what's your dance?
What we were doing in
What
that
dance?
dance?
Let's do like a version of that dance. What? Why are we here? 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 You don't get this at Johnny on Bosch's channel, I'm sure.
Just Johnny on Bosch's over.
The thing about Johnny on Bosch is he could kill you with his legs. He could actually kick the front row would be dead by this point.
I really just, I saw Johnny and Bosch in the hotel on Friday, and he looked pretty rugged because he just got off the plane.
Also, he's a rugged, handsome man.
Oh yeah. I mean, you just look knackered basically. And I just genuinely, a part of me, I have like, I'm not the most tactful guy in the world. I actually managed to restrain myself because I genuinely walked past him and I just wanted to go, Canada! I didn't. I left him alone. I left him alone, but I really wanted to.
That would have been.
I really wanted to scream in his face.
I like that.
And then RKO him. Canada!
You know, the world needs more
Truly
Akira Randy Orton crossovers.
Okay, I'm gonna go find another question.
Fine, go ahead and find a question.
I'm gonna find a question. I saw.
Dark one. He's finding questions from Julie Hops. Judy Hops, even.
Hello. You said you loved playing Nylock on.
Oh, yeah.
On tour.
Absolutely.
It's one of my favourite series. What's your favourite Nylock quote? And do you act like Nylock in real life at all?
Do I act like Nylock in real life? I'm trying to think.
Martin, Dragon Master of eating something.
I'm always going whoosh when I leave a room. I know that much.
I was in.
I'll tell you what. My crotch isn't nearly as big as his.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I've
It's
seen
just
it.
dwarfed by his. I'm trying. Like a lot of my favorite Nylock quotes are bloopers most of the time because if you've ever watched those, it's usually like me hitting on Curb and calling him Squire.
Then Twisto naming off stuff for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was into very briefly.
Yeah.
I played like a goosely goalie, goody go nuts thing.
King gang goody goody goody.
It was, I was
gotcha.
King gang
King gang goo, king gang goo.
I was like, because talking about your IMDb before, I find it ironic, not ironic, but my IMDb lists off.
It's the ironic movie.
A bridge one and Tom, it doesn't list off anything else. But they did a bridge of GX, which I'm more known for than anything else. It's like, no, bridge one on this.
Well, you know, if you go to the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX abridged page on IMDb, it just says Shady Box, Shady Box, Shady
Oh
Box.
god, it does, yeah, it does.
But,
isn't it a picture of me with a Simba mask? I'm just like, and it's a Simba face.
I'm trying to think I'm trying to think of any Nylock quotes. Honestly, I don't have a specific Nylock quote that's my favorite, but my favorite Nylock moment in the show is where he breaks character with Game Crazed for the first time. Because if you haven't seen the show, Nylock is constantly in character. He's always role-playing. He's always just being... It's set in a video game. It's set in an online role-playing game, and he's always playing his character. Most of the other people in the show are just people playing the game, but he's like, I'm totally a character in this video game. But he talks to his good friend Game Crazed in one scene and talks about how he's struggling to deal with something that Curb's character is going through. And Game Crazed manages to make him break character, and he talks about what he means to his friends and how he has to be like always this positive role model and everything. And that whole scene was difficult for me to play because when Curb directed me, he just said, be you. And I don't know how many of you are actors, but if you've ever been told to just be you, that's one of the hardest things to do as an actor because you don't think about that. And when I'm acting, I usually think too much. So when I was told, just be you, I'm like, how do I be me? I don't know. So that was a tough scene, but it was also tough emotionally. I cry every time I watch it because it's literally Curb, the guy who makes the show, talking to me, and it's hard for me to do that because I'm kind of an introvert. I'm not very emotionally open with a lot of my friends. I'm sure they disagree, but I feel like I keep to myself a lot. So watching this conversation that is very personal for me take place in this show, I get all teary-eyed because I'm like, I wish I could be that open with my friends all the time, and I struggle. And Nylock struggles as well because he's always in character and he thinks he has to be this character in the game. So it reminds me of myself. But what was the other part of the question? There was a favourite line and do I act like him in real life? Well, when I'm role-playing in video games, I definitely try to be a very loud and obnoxious character, but what video games do we play? Like Final Fantasy 14?
Yeah.
I played Final Fantasy 14, which is like my favourite MMO, by the way.
Awesome.
I played the little Lalafell.
I'm on Fairy. If anyone's on Fairy,
They've got these characters called Lalafell that are these
Yeah.
little sort of chibi munchkin kind of guys. But I played Malik Blishtar, the character of Lalafell. And he's this little tan guy with Marik's haircut, and he's got purple, like a sort of violet top on. He's walking around being like, yes, obey me. So yeah, I'm not really Nyla, but I'm a character, certainly. Who's got a question over here? Right here, yes.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm sorry for killing you on Undertale, by the way.
Spoiler?
What did you find?
What did we find? What did you find? Oh god.
I think it's a bit of
No,
a
I'm Alcon people here, clearly.
There aren't many Alcon people, but we had a little meeting going where we watched the scene from The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, the classic film.
Classic film.
With Ian McKellen as Gandalf being the highlight easily.
Oh, God.
And there's that scene where he looks at Bilbo and he's like, Bilbo, in the cave, what did you find? What did you find? And then Bilbo's like, my courage. And he goes, oh, you'll need it. So we were just doing that all weekend, and we'd be like, what did you find?
Yeah.
And what would you say?
Anything. It could be anything.
What did you find?
I'm like, a broken pencil.
Good.
You did it. So we then got given someone.
Someone brought Cards Against Humanity and just gave us all the white cards.
Yeah, he had just the game with the white cards and was like, okay, so we've got.
Be careful, it's a PG panel.
Yeah, so I'm not going to like we pick up a thing and be like,
What did you find?
It was. God, I can't say the one now.
What did you find? A copy of Star Wars The Force Awakens on VHS. Ooh, you're an idiot.
And then people just started getting involved with it. So and
People got really
last
into
year,
it.
last year's outcome was Watto. That was our thing.
Oh yeah, Watto. It was like,
What do you think you're some kind of Jedi waving your hand around like that? I'm a toy dad! Mind tricks don't work on me! Only money!
that's the most applause the Phantom Menace has received since it was released.
Our meme this year is Max Payne 3.
Why is it 3?
Because
I don't know what it was that started
I
talking
made it
about.
up. I made a joke. So I said I've got the beard and I've shaved my head. I'm like,
So he's
I'm
Max
like,
Payne.
I'm all like Max Payne 3, and I started doing and I went slow mo.
He like started turning around, and was like, slow-mo. So I was like, is this the British version of Max Payne where he just explains what he's doing? It's like, shooting. And I was like, what? In that scene where he finds his child dead in the crib, he walks up and is like, dead baby.
And we've just been doing that all weekend, just like cross my going walking. So just like randomly.
I'm
It's a
British.
strange humour. It's a strange relationship.
We have we're friends, and you know, when you're a friend with somebody, you have these inside jokes that make literally no sense to anybody
Yeah, like you guys
else.
are going, what are you guys on about? It's like, but it's funny to us.
That's our life. Yeah. Anybody have any questions?
I saw
about
someone
Or
over
we can
here
start
with a
rambling?
question. Yes, it was.
We can talk about anything.
Yeah.
So, what's your favourite Yu-Gi-Oh character to voice?
My favourite Yu-Gi-Oh character to voice. It's usually Marek, I won't lie.
He's very fun to voice as because you can say anything and it sounds like a joke. And as the writer of the show, that makes it much easier for me. Spoons. They laughed, you see.
He's basically my inner child, you know? And I'm not saying that I was like that when I was a kid.
Oh my God! It's like, it's time for school work. No, Mother, I don't want to go to school today.
I have to find the leather pants.
Don't make fun of me for my midriff.
Why are you saying pants? You don't need trousers.
No.
No.
I'm a small Egyptian man. I don't need to learn about mathematics. 2 + 2 equals my sexy bottom. Thank you.
But yeah, Marek is my favorite. I'm glad I was like, you were talking.
But yeah.
But I like Marek. I also like Yami Yugi, I'll be perfectly honest. It's fun to play this egotistical douchebag that is Yami Yugi. And he is that the way he is in the abridged version. A lot of people have issue with the fact that some of the characters in the abridged version are different than they are in the original version. And I understand the concern.
A parody show that makes them different.
Like Yugi in the dub, in the English dub, he's very like, he's always got the right moral attitude. He's always telling Yugi the lesson of the day and everything. But in my version, he's like, no, Yugi, none of these people matter. Why are they here? And he's kind of that way because he's a pharaoh, and I feel like if he's been a pharaoh his whole life, he's been taught to think of himself as above everybody, and like everybody else is subservient to him. Like, he probably had a lot of slaves back in the day.
Oh, yeah,
and he was like, this is fine, what's the issue? Yugi, why don't you have a slave? Is that what Tristan and Joey are for? Oh, okay. But yeah, he's fun just because I'm not a very confident person in real life, so getting to play a confident character like that, who doesn't give a crap about anybody, it's just fun to be that for a little bit in the day, you know? So that's a lot of fun. Outside of Yu-Gi-Oh! For like other abridged stuff I do, I love playing Lord Frieza in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Again, a very arrogant character. But I also love being
Naruto! In Naruto, the abridged comedy still serious show, Chan! Good!
like that. Wow, some of you are very confused by what I was just doing.
Whoa!
Why is he yelling at
He's
us?
having a freak out.
LittleKuriboh just had an episode during his Speaking of Naruto, what's your question? You gotta go bring him up to it, mate.
He is Naruto, he needs no microphone! Oh, Jimmy Carr!
I was just going to ask, you're wearing an Overwatch t-shirt. Do you have a favourite Overwatch character?
Ah, I do have a favourite Overwatch character.
Get your phone out.
Oh, I do have my phone, don't I? I was going to be like,
Get
I
your,
have my phone. You
get
can't
your
call me out on
curvy
that.
phone out.
Okay. Does anybody see? Yeah, it's Widowmaker with
Widowmaker just basically doing this.
I hate to say it, but I think she's beautiful, and unironically, I wish I was as beautiful as Widowmaker was. I really do.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, thank you.
You are.
But really, I'm more of a roadhog, I have to say. Woo! I actually really do like playing as roadhog. It's fun to just chain people towards you and then blow their heads off. In real life as well. I don't know any of these characters. You don't know any of
I
them?
haven't played it yet.
A lot of people love
I've heard
Tracer.
only good things though.
Like, a lot of people love Tracer, and I find her really obnoxious. Has anybody else found Tracer just drives them up the wall? It's like, hello everyone, I'm a character! I'm not obnoxious at all! Gallery's here! You know, that drives me up the wall. I don't like that kind of person. I don't like that kind of character. I'm sure if I knew her in real life, she'd be fine, but it's just not fun. I don't like that. But yeah. Widowmaker, Roadhog, I love bloody Mercy. Mercy's great. I love being a healer. I love all the characters. Overwatch is fantastic. If you haven't picked it up, please do yourself a favor and pick up Overwatch. It's fantastic. Yeah. Were there any other questions on this side? You don't have a favorite Overwatch character at all, do you?
I like the one.
The one. Neo is my favorite Overwatch.
Yeah, he's the best Overwatch.
Keanu Reeves. He's got a great bottom. I'm going all the way back here.
He can stop bullets.
That would be a great power in Overwatch.
With his face.
Sorry for harassing you in the elevator, by the way. How's it going?
There's a lot of context missing there, Martin. You can't just walk past a person
It was the first one.
when none of these people were there and say, sorry for harassing you privately in the elevator,
I don't
when
think it was
there
even
were
them.
no witnesses.
I don't think it was them. I think I just apologised to the wrong person.
Don't think it helps you rubbing your crotch against
You have a
them.
question, sir?
I was going to ask about the voice acting thing, but I just want to know what the hell that was.
Well, ask both questions and then we'll find out.
Okay, like, out of anything, why would you pick voice acting for a job? Like, why would you want to do that?
That's a good question. Why would anybody pick voice acting for a job? I'll go for your first question initially. Did you explain what the elevator thing was about?
You know what? I've forgotten myself, mate. So.
There was a Kylo Ren in the
Oh,
elevator.
yeah.
There was a Kylo Ren.
Was it? Yeah, it was.
It was?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. There was a Kylo Ren in the elevator.
Yeah.
This person. And I just started quoting the beginning of the movie at them. What's that? Oh, you were tired. I'm sorry. That was
The last thing you need is
first thing. The first thing Sunday morning, and I'm like, what was it?
He's like, I knew you before. You
I knew you before you noticed kind of.
Poor guy just like,
You cannot deny the truth that is your family. And he's like, I felt so bad.
you know, if he had like serious like family issues and he didn't realise
You cannot deny the truth that is your family. Kylo Ren going on Jeremy Kyle. Jeremy Kylo Ren.
Today on Jeremy Kyle, we're here with Kylo Ren. You're a scum, Kylo Ren! You killed your own father! You're scum! Yeah! And then he has a little panic. Kylo
Spoilers.
Kylo
You've
panic.
seen the film by now. If you haven't, you don't want to see it, obviously.
Yeah.
Unless you're waiting for it to come on ITV or something.
Is that on Blu-ray?
Wait for the ITV version. It'll be showing me. I'll come to your house and I'll talk over the film.
Just wait on VHS.
Wait for it on VHS. Let me think.
I would
why,
love a copy of Star Wars.
Why did you become a voice actor, X?
I've always liked sort of playing and acting and stuff like you know.
I hate
playing pretend. You know, like pretending. You know, like kind of
Pretending we can host a Q&A, for example.
Yeah, exactly. Spot on. And I never really figured it was something I really want to do until Shady asked me to do GX Abridged, and then we started doing it. And then I was just like, I really like this. It's a lot of fun. It's certainly not easy. It's not as easy as people would probably make out. People are like, oh, you just...
Yeah, a lot of people are like,
sit
well, it's
there
not
and
real
do it."
acting, is it?
It's like,
And that's,
yeah, it is. That's what I'm because
it's almost the purest form of acting, because
So-
back in the day, it would just be like shadows on the cave.
Yeah, because someone actually genuinely said to me, it's like, it's not, all you got to do is speak, and you don't have to, it's like, well, that's just it, because, yeah, in live acting, your emotions have got to come out through your facial features, your body,
My
but
emotions
your
always
voice,
come through my
everything
face.
in your voice has to come out of the voice. If you're sad, you have to sound genuinely sad. Yeah, if it all has to come out of there, and that's why most, if everyone's seen the behind the booth, in the booth videos of GX that we do, I do a lot of physical acting while I'm voice acting, because it helps, it just helps bring out that sort of thing.
I got into voice acting, and this is legit the reason I started doing it, because I like to make fun of my teachers at school. Like, I went to Manchester Grammar for school, la-di-da, and all the teachers there have been there for like decades, so they all have these really eccentric personalities and eccentric voices to go along with their personalities. So I had this Latin teacher who had a limp and a hearing aid, and he again please, he would come up to the students and ask them to repeat what they would say like that. He'd snap in their face and everything. So I would, whenever we'd be in like a free period or whatever, I would like start doing the voices of my teachers, and everyone would be like, keep doing that, man, it's really funny. And then often I'd get put in detention for doing it. But it didn't discourage me, because I saw the reaction it would get from people. Because I'm usually a very quiet person, and if I start doing like a silly voice or becoming a different character, they'd be like, whoa, this is so crazy, like, what's going on? And they'd react to it, and I'd be like, it's fun to get a reaction out of people. So I would keep doing impressions, like I'd do Beavis and Butthead at school, and I'd do all these different voices, and eventually it just got to a point where, when it came to write the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, I was like, I can probably do most of these voices by myself and just see how it goes. And people, I think one of the reasons that people gravitated towards Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged is because they realized it's just one bloke doing all these voices. And there's something charming about that. I almost feel like when I started introducing other people, no offense, X, when I started having other people on the show, it was like, it lost a little bit of something, because people were like, oh, we wish it was LittleKuriboh doing all the voices, but I can't. You don't want to hear every woman. Every woman should not sound like this, you know. I don't know why Taya sounded British there. But yeah, it was from making fun of my teachers at school, and it just became a skill. One of my views goes, "What are you doing?"
I'm not doing nothing. I'm still here. I'm nodding away.
Look, your bottle's fallen down.
It's having a sleeping.
I knew you before you were Iron Brew. You cannot deny the truth. That is Pepsi Cola.
Anyway, let's have another question.
Oh, well, I was going to say about GX.
What were you going to say? Sorry.
About the voice acting thing, because I think one of my, I know it wasn't necessarily a question, but one of my proudest voice acting moments is episode 15 of GX, where I basically voiced...
Is that the one with the card game?
That very one is one with that one card game.
Narrows it down.
Yeah, because that was the only episode where Shady voiced Jaden, and I basically voiced everyone else, and you can see it in the booth, and I remember what...
That's not what the IMDb said.
I know! What the... I just remember reading all the comments going, and it was one of those little great clarifying moments where like, people were going, wow, X does a lot of voices in this show. And I'm like,
Was that
I
one?
wrote it as well.
Was that the one with the Tarzan guy?
Yes.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
If you've never seen that, if you've never seen Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Abridged, go to episode 15 because this guy puts on a tour de force of voices. I have to say, it's pretty.
That was the reason I got the doorway role in the Cooler movie as well.
Yeah.
Because they heard the Cockney voice that I was doing and they wanted me to use that voice.
Oh, it was bloody.
It was funny because obviously it was a Cockney character written by a bunch of Americans. So I was reading it going,
No.
a Cockney wouldn't say that. I can't remember what the line was, but I said something and then the character's like, why are you saying it like that? And I was like, because that's how a Cockney would say it.
Yeah.
Not what you say. Like it's ridiculous.
It happens all the time. I audition for a lot of roles with British voices in America, like a lot of professional roles where they've written scripts and they're like, we want a Cockney for this, but everything is written in like a posh accent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is no. Not every accent in England is Cockney.
Yeah,
guys.
everyone thinks America, a lot of them, because they only know South England, so they think we're either Cockney or we're very
Mary
posh
Poppins
and
has ruined it for everybody.
I'm from the northwest. I'm from northwest. I'm from Blackpool, around the Manchester area. So it's important. I've got a very northern accent and all like that. And then when I go to America, 9 times out of 10, I get mistaken for Australian. So you're Australian. I went, no, no, I'm not. I'm pretty
It's because you say mates,
that as well, yeah, probably. But
or is it because you look like a kangaroo
I want.
or a wallaby?
Oh, well, I don't know how to respond to that. I've never been referred to as
No, you know what? Koala.
koala. Yeah.
Whoa, they just closed the wall off.
Oh no! We're trapped. No,
we're being too loud.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. One more story about Americans and voices.
One more story about
One more
Americans.
story and then one more question. I went to Oakland a couple of years ago, and I
Which
had
one?
Oakland.
Oh, okay.
And I had to have a lay-by in New York for a night. I had to stay overnight, and they put me in a
A
hotel.
lay-by?
Yeah, whatever.
You mean a layover?
Anyway.
You think there was a lay-by in England just lying on the ground?
Anyway, I got there and I was having me breakfast, and the woman came up and she's like, anything else I can do for you, sir? And being northern, I want a cup of tea. So I was like,
And a lay-by.
And a lay-by, yeah. I'm gonna deck you. And I'm like, yeah, look, I love a brew, please. And she gave me like the most judgmental look, like, she's like, sir, we don't serve alcohol at this time in the morning. And I'm just like, just like, even more looking, it's like, wait, no, a cup of tea. A cup of tea, looks like, oh, okay. And then she listed off like every kind of tea before she reached breakfast tea. And then again, I'm just like going, like I looked at my breakfast and I went, breakfast tea, please, sweetheart. I love that, a little bit of breakfast tea.
I would like it if you said, I love a brew, please, sweetheart, and she went in the back and was like,
Would you get another question?
we do serve magical potions.
We went off,
here.
I think,
Over here we had a
we
question.
go over there. I'll get you later.
Hey.
Hiya. I love Yugi's grandpa. He is a very typical old man, but has he ever gone too far?
Too far.
Yeah.
With what, like the blackluster soda?
Like too racist or too like bumpy or that sort of bumpy.
Oh, blackluster.
Yugi's grandpa is the definition of too far, I think. Age-wise, he's lived too long, for one. But also, the whole part in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bonds Beyond Time film where he's like, Death to America! I think that might have been pushing the envelope a little bit. Although surprisingly, a lot of Americans like to quote that. It's really weird. I feel like Donald Trump would love that. I'm trying to think of another Yugi's grandpa moment. One time I prank called somebody as Yugi's grandpa, and it went to their voicemail, but I was determined to see it through, so I was just like, hello! I've had a heart attack! Could you call an ambulance? Hello! So somebody got a message on their phone, there was this guy dying. And they were probably very concerned. Maybe that was too far, right? My favourite prank call I've ever done was, I called somebody as Mokuba. They picked up, they were like, hello, and I went, hello, I'm Mokuba! Click. They hung up on him. It was the definition of shut up Mokuba.
It really was, yeah. It really was.
They don't let me go too far.
I saw a question over here.
Did you?
I did, yeah, I'm going for
Did
it.
you see a person with that question?
Yes, there was a person attached to the question.
What's your favourite episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge and why?
Oh, it used to be episode 6, and it still kind of is. I still have a fondness for episode 6 because it's the one where it starts off and they're hanging out with Mako Tsunami, and he's got them all around at the campfire, and he's like, "Hello, friends, let's have a nice meal." And then Yugi's like, "Oh, this is a super special, awesome meal, Mako. We're going to leave now and go do something else." And he's like, "I'm going to kill you." He throws a harpoon at them, and Yugi gets very upset that he attempted to achieve homicide. and so I just love that whole scene, but also I feel like that's kind of when the show hit its stride, because first of all, it was when I first introduced the title sequence, the kawaii-da, sakebida, that I can't speak Japanese, or sing Japanese. But I have Marianne Miller, my wife. Hello. Oh, Diet Coke. Look at that, I topped your iron brew, mate. You can't put this on a chair. I love episode 6 because I feel like it was where the show... She's not married to you, mate. We'll arrange something later, how about that? Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here?
Give me a Coke.
But bloody, I love that one, because that's when the show sort of peaked up as well. Like, people started to notice that there was this thing called Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged on YouTube, and it was like, it was updated weekly, which is hysterical. We can laugh with you.
Oh, the good old days.
But also, it was the first time I noticed that on websites people were talking about it, like they were actively communicating about it. And on the Penny Arcade forum, there was like a 60-page thread entitled Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and the first post said, "Look at this show, it's just this one guy doing all these voices. It's either the best thing I've ever seen or the worst thing I've ever seen." And I said, "They're talking about me." I was just really excited about that. But also, I'm a big fan of episode 45 because it's the one where Baby Marek kills his father. And I just love that I was able to make that funny, you know, because that's a very dark subject, and it's something that not a lot of people even really talk about because it's sort of glossed over in the dub a bit. But it's a very twisted moment, but it was enjoyable because Baby Marek is Marek but turned up to 11. So he had friggin' rags as Shizu, and I was very thrilled about that episode. I felt like the vocal performances were on point. I felt like Marek was possibly the best he's ever been, and it was just nice to be at that point in the show and be like, I'm still doing this, and I'm still with these characters, and I'm still having fun. So yeah, it was a good time. That was my favorite. Yeah, you chose that one, right?
Yeah, you chose that.
Hitman just walked in. Could be.
Oh god. Oh god. It was like,
gentleman with the Kings of Leon shirt.
Kings of Leon? Well, I'm the king of games. Go on then.
Speaking of games, I love the Marek players.
Oh, cheers.
What made you pick a character for them, and do you have any games you would love Marek to play in the future?
That's a great question. I love doing Marek plays because I don't think I'm nearly entertaining enough to hold a Let's Play on my own. What's up, X? What do you see? There's a camera.
I was just thinking,
There's one there. There's one there.
You can't, I'm really messing.
There's one there. We could do like a whole 360.
I do this thing where if I see someone recording, like when you're just off doing something, I'll be like. And twice, second time I've done that at this con, and both times I've gone, oh, sorry.
You can't do that.
No, I'm joking, carry on.
But yeah, I love doing Marek plays because, first of all, Marek is honestly the easiest character for me to just, it's going to sound like phrasing, but it's the easiest character for me to slip into.
Oh, giggity.
You don't say giggity in England, man. You say suits you, sir.
Oh, suits you, sir.
There you go. But, oh, young man!
You want to be Harry Enfield. Well, the Harry Enfield.
Fast show is what I was quoting, mate.
Yeah, I know, I was quoting Harry Enfield.
Oh. Somebody like that.
I was saying, you know, because that kind of was, you know, was out of Fast show Harry Enfield, so I was getting the Harry Enfield minority. Apparently there isn't any.
The crowd is divided between Harry Enfield fans and Fast show fans.
It was a war. It was a Civil War comedy.
I would love to see the Civil War equivalent of Harry Enfield versus the Fast show. But I love playing games as Marek because it's a fun character to play. It's the funny version of me, basically. I don't think I would be nearly as entertaining if I were just playing a game. Because if you've ever been to one of my live streams where I'm playing like The Witcher 3 or something, I tend to be very like subdued and monotone and just like, oh, I killed a bloke. That was fun. I'm gonna go play Gwen with somebody now. I won. Great. That's the gist of one of my Let's Plays. But Mark would be like,
Oh my god, that guy's on fire, it's sexy. Liar, liar, pants on fire, literally.
but it would be way more entertaining. So with the things like Marek plays Bloodlines, Marek plays. Currently, I'm doing the Old Republic. Well, thank you. I'm glad people like that one. I just updated it last week. If you like that, you'll like a lot. There's another part coming out next week, so look out for that. But I like doing that because it's all. I like playing games that I love as a character that I love playing, and I feel like people get a lot more enjoyment out of it. What games should Marek play? Oh, Undertale.
I'm going to date and kill everybody at the same time.
Bakura should play Postal.
Bakura playing Postal.
This has nothing to do with the US Postal Service. I'm not delivering mail at all.
Fable 3.
I'm going to fart on everybody and they're going to like it. Skyrim.
If I was going to do Skyrim, I would want to do it as Tristan because his voice gives him super strength.
Who's will do? Who's will do? I don't appreciate him playing the game with dragons in it. That should be me.
What video games should Marek play, X?
I'm thinking, Bloodborne.
Blackborn. Bakura's just like,
Why is it so funny? It's kind of scary.
Overwatch?
Look at all the bats, Bakura. It's so beautiful. Grand Theft Auto. This lady got into my car, Bakura. What does she want? Why did I lose all this? Oh. Oh no. Fallout 4.
That's what he would say. He was like,
Fallout 4.
What? Christmas Shopper Simulator. Is that a real thing?
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna go home and play that.
What's that game where you're a schoolgirl and you kind of a Yandeer simulator?
I don't know what games you play, X. Oh, they know. Beautiful Boyfriend.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful Boyfriend.
That would be fun. People are just gonna start shouting games now. It'll be the rest of the
So,
day.
see if there's any more questions.
Yeah. See if there's any more questions. I'll think of other games while I'm doing it.
Oh, I saw someone over here first.
In the Naruto abridged.
Naruto! That is the correct pronunciation, thank you.
When you make Kakashi's song, the Training Ninjas.
Training Ninjas.
That's the one. That's probably one of my favourite songs of yours.
Oh, thank you. I can't take full credit for it because the master David Bowie created that song. Rest in peace, sir.
Do you write all of the songs for them that you make?
Usually, yeah. I can't think of the only occasion where I can think that somebody else wrote for one of the songs that we've done is, do you know the Yugi versus Jaden rap battle? Where we wrote the raps individually. So the part that Yugi raps, where he's like, how's it go? Like, I'm the mother flippin', get your games, that whole thing. That was written by me. But the part that Shady raps as Jaden, he wrote that. So if you like Shady's part better, which most people seem to, it's because he's better at writing raps than I am. But usually if we write a song, it's me. It's like, and most not because I'm particularly good at it, just because it's easier if it's just me doing it, because I'm a one-man gang. Yeah, that's me.
I wrote a song.
What song did you write?
I did the Watch Me Whip parody recently.
Well, just give us an example.
I can't.
Why not?
Because they have to go to iTunes and buy it, so I get.
Oh. Where can we find it on iTunes, actually?
It's called Watch Me Crit. Anyone fans of role-playing games, it's a Watch Me Whip parody song called Watch Me Crit, Watch Me Melee.
I like the part where you replaced the word whip with crit.
Yeah, I did that, yeah.
That's my favourite.
There's more to it than that. But it's all originally done. And go to iTunes and find it. Just search XtheDarkOne. Yeah.
Trying really hard to open my soda without pouring it all over the microphone. What is the panda from something, by the way? Are you from a specific thing, or are you just a panda? Just a panda. That's my favourite thing ever.
Just a panda.
What, who wouldn't want to be a panda for a day?
Shapabui.
What?
Shapabui.
Is that from Kung Fu Panda?
Shapabui!
Okay.
Do you want to begin another question then?
Yeah, let's look for the gentleman with the New Day shirt. I was waiting for you to ask a question, sir.
Question, Marty. Find the question, ask the question, answer the question.
This is going to be complicated because I have to go. Here we go.
Do what you are ordered to do.
Oh, the shortcut.
No shortcuts.
By the way, if you're interested, we have a signing at 1 p.m, which is just through there, and I'll be happy to sign anything, take pictures with you, talk to you, or even we have posters for sale for 10 quid. But you don't have to buy anything, you can just sign, get signatures for free from me.
I don't think I'm at the signing, I think I'm hosting the talent show, which is here.
It'll be the first time you and Talent have been on the same stage, X.
You want to say?
It'll be the first time you and Talent have been on the same stage. I just realised I insulted myself as well because I've just been on the stage with you the whole time.
Do you can't do any more crossover, Josh, between the Mark and the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge series?
I would love to do more crossovers between Mark and Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. The only problem with that is that I don't feel like there's a lot of crossover between the two fandoms. I'm just going to speak between your legs here. Sorry. Hey, a lot of people who can't see me right now are getting some interesting visuals. But I feel like people who like Yu-Gi-Oh! Aren't always into wrestling, and I feel like the people into wrestling aren't always into Yu-Gi-Oh! So I tend to shy away from it if possible. There was one time when I couldn't not do it, which was at WrestleMania last year, where Brock Lesnar, was it Brock Lesnar? It was the promo for the Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns battle. Did somebody boo Roman Reigns while I said his name? That's amazing. Hey guys, he's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's the guy. More boos.
No, they're saying, who are you talking about?
They're saying,
can't hear you.
They're saying who because they need to go to the loop before Roman Reigns comes out so they can be ready to witness his amazing offense.
CrossFit Jesus.
CrossFit Jesus.
I'm not hosting the talent show anymore. I'm going to be the sign.
You're not? Hey, that's awesome.
Hey.
Hopefully they have a host in
I
mind.
get to be ignored again.
Oh, come on.
No, it wasn't.
But there's a moment in the Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns video package where Michael Cole said, Brock Lesnar has been put into defense mode. And I had to have Yana Yugi appear and be like, Brock Lesnar, that's the most powerful card in all of Duel Monsters. I was very fond of that. But if I can help it, I try to avoid it because I feel like there's not that much crossover between the two fandoms. But everybody wants to see the Marek remark, and I'm like, no, that's never going to happen. Unless I completely run out of ideas, you won't see the Marek remark.
April Fools.
No, because I don't want to just do it because it seems too obvious and like I always anytime I run out of ideas I'm just like have Marek do something. So if that ever happens that means that I've run out of ideas. So maybe it'll happen next month. Who knows? Do we have any other questions?
I'm gonna
ask about literally anything. X.
I'm gonna go over this side.
I send you out there.
I'm gonna go to the left. To the left, to the left. Everyone get a question to the left. You already got a question. So I'm gonna go to this guy over here. In the model shirt.
So I was wondering, if Tristan would ship himself with someone, who would he ship himself with?
Are you kidding me, Serenity? Have you been watching the show? That's like the one canon ship of the entire series. If you know, there's a new Yu-Gi-Oh movie coming out.
Yeah.
And I hear there's a post-credit scene that is just me and Serenity going at it. It's 20 minutes long. It's upsetting.
I'm telling you, Kaiba's Willy Wonka.
Kaiba is Willy Wonka.
You get to see my Willy Wonka if you stay through the credits.
He totally is Willy Wonka.
You don't want to see my chocolate factory.
Kaiba has a big multi-million-dollar company that's meant for, directed at
Kaiba
kids.
literally builds an elevator into space.
An elevator into space in the new movie.
It's no joke. He does that.
He is Willy Wonka.
I don't want to spoil it, but I want to spoil it so bad for people.
Have you seen it?
No, but I know why he's in space.
I don't know why he's in space. I just know he goes to space.
No, I'm not going to spoil that.
No, I genuinely don't want to because I don't want to.
No. He goes into space and it's crazy.
Okay, do you want to find another question?
Yeah, go ahead. Did we answer his question? Oh,
You literally just answered it in 2 seconds.
I ship my voice with my new voice.
With my face. Anyway.
What? I'm not shipping my voice with your face.
I'm going to you with a big box.
Sound like you were motorboating somebody. That's Ian McKellen motorboating.
Fine. Last time it's been meeting you and Mariana like at MomoCon and here, and it feels like with my convention journey, it was at the start, now it's the end. It kind of feels a bit sad to be
Oh.
But one thing, can I get a line from you from that promo for that one of the British episodes where you go, I forget how it goes. Why are you doing this when you could be making more?
Oh God, yeah, the promo, yeah.
I will say though, you said at the beginning of your question, having been to MomoCon in the US and now you're here with me and Mariana at both shows, it feels like the end of your convention journey. It's not the end of your convention journey, mate. It's just the beginning, because there's always next year.
And to answer your second point, why are you inspiring people when you should be making new episodes?
Yeah, we did a video at Alcon 2 years ago?
Yes.
I want to say 2 years ago, where I said to him, I want to do a video that basically summarizes my everyday life, which is I'm in the middle of doing something that has nothing to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and somebody, either a voice on the internet or a voice in my head will be like, why are you doing this when you could be making a new episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged? So we went around town and we just filmed me doing stuff, and he would come out of the woodwork and just be like, why are you doing this when you could be making more episodes? Like, there was one time I was in the shower and I came out and you were there being like, why are you taking a shower?
With a towel.
You handed me a towel and said it.
And you were because you were staying at mine before, and you were in bed. He was in bed, and he rolled over, and I'm just there in bed looking at him, going, "Why are you sleeping? We should make new episodes." The irony is that catchphrase has followed me more than it's followed you.
I don't know about that.
Every video I do now that isn't GX Abridged. In fact, no. Even when I do a GX Abridged video, they go, "Why are you making this episode when you should be making more GX Abridged episodes?" It's like. Middle finger.
It's not inaccurate, because there are times when I post on Facebook saying I made a new video, I made a new We're Still Here, the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged is coming out in a few weeks, and people will reply being like, so is Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged dead then? And I'm like, yeah. Just because I'm not constantly releasing episodes doesn't mean I have stopped doing it altogether. In fact, can I tell them? Your episode will be coming out by the end of the month.
Hey!
Episode 69 featuring Joey versus mine. It's a doozy.
I bet.
He will. He's halfway through it. I checked it out last night.
But I get fans out as well, and a lot of them, even though I've made constant videos and tweets about it saying, yeah, I'm a dad now. They're like, where's an episode? Yeah, I'm a dad now. I have this thing called a baby.
Do you think your baby's first words will be, where's the new episode? Just filming him in his crib, he's just like,
I got your episode. You're not as funny as Shady Box.
Shady Box is his real name. Too far, speaking of too far. He grows up and he's rapping all the time. And you start to suspect something's off. He's like, Jaden's the best!
No, I know it for certain when he goes, Dad, are we going to Chicago?
Alright. Some people toward the back there have questions. What time we got, by the way? 10 to, we got 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
You've all got the same question. Go ahead then, sir.
What does pot of green do?
What does pot of greed do? I don't know. They've never really established it in the show. Every time it gets used, they just sort of skirt around it. They don't mention it. What do you think pot of greed does, X?
It lets you have a piece of cheese.
I think it summons Fiona to the field.
Fiona. It lets you draw 2 cards.
What? That's ridiculous. So it is. No card can do that.
All it is. Double as. Bring it back. Sick of it.
X. Someone's asking a question.
Alright.
Are you guys getting Pokemon Sun and Moon, and if so, which starters are you getting?
Yeah. Ooh, are we getting Pokemon Sun or Moon? I feel like a traitor to Yu-Gi-Oh!
I'm getting Moon.
I'll point out.
Tracy actually has made a new Pokemon related channel called Pika Paladin, and before they announced the starters, she made a fan theory video.
She made a fanny?
She made a fanny because her own one's, not used anymore.
What? Shut up, Martin! Right, she made a fan theory video. Okay. Yes. Any more funny jokes?
Plenty.
Okay. Basically saying what she thinks the new starter Pokemon was going to be, and she was pretty much banged on the head. She said the fire one's going to be a cat, the grass, the fire one's going to be an owl, and the steel one. Although apparently the cats, we all thought it was going to be a fire dark. He said it's going to be a fire dark. It looks like it's going to be a fire dark. Fire ground. So that was going to be a fire ground.
I don't know anything about Pokemon, so
it's going to be a fire ground, Martin!
Fire ground, yeah, okay. I'm gonna get.
No one knows why!
If you're getting,
it is a black cat!
If you're getting Moon, I'm gonna have to get Sun just because we're polar opposites.
Go on, sorry?
You want to tell a story? My wife, Marianne, likes to tell a story. Oh, I know what story you're telling. I don't know if I want to give you this microphone.
I'll give you mine.
So, Martin is a fake gamer girl, okay? I just want to establish that right off the bat. He starts playing, what was the last one you played?
I was X and Y.
Yeah, X and Y. He picks up X and Y, and I've been playing since like blue, red, yellow. Thank you.
We're OG.
And so he picks up X or Y, or Y, and he starts playing it, and he's like, Mariana, what is Rock Week to? And I'm like, it's water.
Can I pick up Martin? I'll pick up Martin.
What is happening?
I don't know.
It's like two Geodudes trying to wrestle. But yeah, so he's like, Mariana, what is water week, or I'm sorry, ground week to? And I'm like, water, you're so fake. Why are you like pretending that you're a gamer? And then he looks it up because he doesn't believe me. Like, I've been playing this game since after you were born because you're older than me, but still, it's ridiculous. I just want to say.
I thought it was what is water week to him. You said electricity, wasn't that what it was?
Yeah, well, it is.
It's still really obvious, and I should have known.
Yeah,
I'm a giant fake gamer girl. That's true.
Oh, yeah.
We've got time for a couple more questions.
Okay.
Reach out into the field and see what we can get.
I'm going to read this from Phyllis. I'm going to answer this one here in the front.
What's your opinions on Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5?
I bloody love Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5.
I've not watched enough of it. I want to. I've heard it's really
I've
good.
only watched like 20 episodes of it, I'll be honest, and I know that recently it's gotten really interesting because they've started introducing characters like Jack Atlas, Alexis.
Alexis.
Yeah.
There's theory. A lot of my friends and I are theorizing that they're not bringing back main characters per se, they're bringing back side characters. So we reckon near the end they're going to bring maybe Kyra's going to pop in at some point. We think that might happen. That'd be awesome. Either Kyra or Joey or someone, not you, but we reckon eventually they're going to go to the original universe.
Wait, if Jack Atlas is alive, is Kyra even alive?
What?
Well, it's interdimensional stuff.
Yeah,
so
they're kind of different universes, but they're not related.
But the reason I like Arc 5 is because of the protagonist, and the reason I enjoy it's Yuya. Because I was getting mixed up with Yuma and Yuya. I like Yuya because he's a character that likes to entertain people. His whole thing is he does the live duels. Is that what they're called? Like action duels.
Action duels.
Yeah. And he likes to ride a pink hippopotamus that wears a top hat, and he likes to pull silly faces and dress as a harlequin and dance around and be a fool. And I appreciate that because one of his character traits is that he tries to make other people laugh at his antics so that they won't laugh like in ridicule of him. He tries to avoid being mocked by basically giving people the ammunition to laugh at him so that they can't do it before he gets a chance to. So he controls the laughter is what he's doing. And I kind of identify with that because I was bullied a lot as a child and I got mocked a lot, so I would do silly voices to make people laugh to avoid getting ridiculed in school. So I get where he's coming from in that regard. I really appreciate that aspect of his character. But it's a great show and it's very well animated, and I think it's the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Since 5Ds, which I guess there's only been 2 shows since 5Ds.
Oh, yeah, no, I think what I like about both 5Ds and Arc V is that when 5Ds was first advertised, like, the riding motorcycles, that's ridiculous, the show's going to be horrible. It was actually really good. Also, a lot of us said the same about RV. When they saw him riding that hippo, they went, why is he riding that hippo? That's ridiculous. But actually, it's turning out to be really good and the show, and then, that's also crap.
Oh, do we have time for 5 minutes? We have time for at least
5 minutes.
I think Zero has. Zero, do you have your hand up? There's multiple zeros? You're both zero. What, are you Fate Zero, or the other one is what character? Is this from an anime? Nightmare Before Christmas and Vampire Night. I haven't seen
I saw an
them.
Oogie Boogie. I could have swore I saw an Oogie Boogie.
Did you both have
There
different
is an Oogie
questions?
Boogie. I knew I
Same
saw an
question.
Oogie Boogie.
Let's find out what the question is.
Why so British?
Because I'm from Knutsford. That's my answer, really. What was your question?
I'm just going to ask if you have ever read any fan fiction based off your Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge series.
I've written fanfiction based on my Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge series. I'm not lying. If you go to fanfiction.net and you look at LittleKuriboh, the account description is, yes, I am LittleKuriboh, yes, I write gay pornography. It's pretty, I'm very proud of my fanfiction, I won't lie. There's one called Marek Goes to Censored Town. Marek and Bakura go to Censored Town, which gets pretty graphic toward the end. So if you like a nice graphic story about abridged Marek and Bakura, that's your lot right there. But there's also fanfic about the canon Marek and Bakura in there as well. So if you like both sides of the coin, they're both in there. Yeah. Do you like fanfiction about Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged?
I've never read any fanfiction.
You've never read any fanfiction?
I've read fanfiction, it's just not about Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
He writes Kim.
Don't you dare! No. Just turn this off. When I first came on the internet and started doing it, I did write fan fictions. I did write, because I'm a huge Kim Possible fan. I'm not ashamed of that, today. I'm not necessarily ashamed of the
What
stories.
series?
Kim Possible.
There you
I
go.
love Kim Possible, great show. And I'm not ashamed of the fics I wrote. I like the stories. I'm just really ashamed of the punctuation and the amount of fluff in them. Oh my god!
But what you did a Kim Possible Yu-Gi-Oh! Crossover, didn't you?
Kim Possible Yu-Gi-Oh!
What happened? What happened in your fanfic?
Which one? There's actually a trilogy.
The first. There's a trilogy of Kim Possible Yu-Gi-Oh! Crossovers.
Well, I never finished the third one.
What happened in the first one? How did they all meet?
I think Yugi was doing like a signing in Middleton, and Ron had become a big big fan of Duel Masters. And
did Rufus like the game?
So Rufus was never there. Rufus was never
there.
I hate Rufus, so I always find a reason to. I hate Rufus, and he doesn't deserve to be in the show ever. So I rarely use him. The closest Rufus is Ron actually used Giant Rat in his deck. And that was rude. That was like, he's like, this is Rufus. This is my representation.
The Kim Possible characters played Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes, yeah. Kim didn't play. Ron played it first. The first chapter was Ron was just a fan and Kim was just kind of along for the ride. And then they met Yugi, and then Draken. That was it. Draken wanted the Egyptian god cards.
Of course.
So of course, because he heard about, and then he's like, oh. She goes, we've got to do Yu-Gi and win these Egyptian god cards. And she was like, why don't I just steal them? And then Bakura was like, because my dear, these cards can only be won in a duel, and you have to earn the right to. So basically,
I'm getting into this.
Everyone, Kim, Joey, Tristan, they all get kidnapped.
What was the name of this fic so people can find it?
It was called Kim Magician's Valkyria Possible. because she faced, because Ron because Ron sees in the story, Ron sees Magician's Valkyria, and he's like, that kind of reminds me of Kim. So he puts in Magician's Valkyria in that deck, and that's kind of his representation of Kim, and that's why.
So that's the heart of the cards right there.
That's the heart of the cards right there.
That's beautiful, man. I feel moved.
Yeah,
I feel
it's
moved.
still quite, it's
here.
very cheesy. I wrote it back when I was like 15. So.
Time for one more question? Are we going to cut it off, really? Well, I do want to say, I am going to be on the Team 4-Star panel later, but I want to say thank you so much for having me at SunnyCon this year. It's been a blast. And yeah, I've enjoyed it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it half as much as I have. And if I don't see you next year, I hope this weekend's been a blast, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your time. Thank you so much. We're going to go Fiona. Now we're going to do